Y'all, I've been waiting to talk about this for a while now. This is gonna be hard because I'm gonna try to talk about it without spoiling it because I really want y'all to watch it yourselves. So we're talking about the series, the HBO or the HBO Max, aka I think they just call it Max now. But the HBO Max series Love Life, but season two, not season one. I say not season one because I think my wife, I gotta give my wife credit, I think she told me about this show. She gave me a choice of us either starting I think it was another HBO series, Marriage, I think it's called, or this, and I chose this. It's obvious, it should be obvious why I chose it, y'all.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black, spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags.
What I like about this series, you don't have to watch, it's not like other series because you don't have to watch season one to understand season two because it's two different stories, y'all. So season one follows a woman and her love life. Season two follows this man and his love life. So I still haven't watched season one. Maybe I'll get to it. I think I tried to watch it, but I don't know. It's like as I get older, I relate more to stories of people that look like me. I mean, I ain't trying to be that guy, but hey, I'm just saying that's my truth. All right, so I'm gonna explain this without spoiling the whole show for you. So it follows this guy and his love life, self-explanatory. But what I love about it is very realistic, and it kind of gives you this real life view of how dating is supposed to be. So normally, if you think about your husband, your boyfriend, your wife, your girlfriend, you don't really think about like their journey to get to you. This series paints a perfect, and I mean perfect picture point A to point Z. But before I get too ahead of myself, if you want to check out the series and start season 2, episode 1, check the video description down below. Watch the first episode on your boy. And I promise you, when you watch the first episode, you'll be hooked. Now, speaking on the first episode, it does seem like a lot of black and white, like a lot of I'm black this, I'm black that, and she's white that, and she's white this. I bring that up because if you focus on that, watching the first episode, it may turn you off from the rest of the season, but I will say, I feel like the showrunners, they made the pilot episode this way to kind of get your attention and get you to watch the rest of it, because once you watch episode, I think, how many episodes is it? 8 or 10, I'm guessing. But once you watch like episode 2 through the finale, you'll see it's not anything like the pilot. It's not so black and white. The other episodes, it's like as we go through his journey, we touch on a lot of other issues, and it's like so much they touch on. That's why I say it's one of the best rom-coms I've ever seen, because it's a lot of real life issues that we can relate to that they talk about in the series. The very first issue they talk about, you kind of see it behind me here, is interracial dating. Now, I feel like they brought up a subject that a lot of people are afraid to touch. It's like I wish I could watch the series for like the first time ever again. Because when I watched the pilot episode, like, it wasn't no way I wasn't going to finish the season after seeing the drama they build up when it comes to interracial dating. Like when I say it touches on something that most people are afraid to talk about, it's like the difference when it comes to, like, for example, this series, when it comes to an African-American person and then a Caucasian person dating, like the difference in cultures, the way both of them was raised, like it has to be some bumping of heads somewhere, and we see this happen on stream. And I feel like it's wrong to say I love that. Not to say like I have anything against interracial dating, like, you know, love is love, but I feel like people are going through what he goes through in this series right now, like as I'm recording this video. So it's good to see this on stream. And I feel like this show could actually help somebody that's in an interracial relationship. Because if I was in an interracial relationship myself, I feel like it'd be some kind of like gray areas that we wouldn't talk about. So this can be like a good icebreaker for that. But I ain't gonna get too much into that because that's not my lane. I got my own lane, I'm gonna stay in it. But all of that's just episode 1. When you get further in the episodes, like I said, it's a lot more issues that come up. Like fatherhood, like being a black father, that comes up a lot. Like how you deal with your parents, that comes up. How you deal with cheating, that comes up. How you deal with somebody breaking the bro code. How you deal with communication when it comes to relationships, like being like putting everything on the table from day one to help you further down the line. Learn from your mistakes. It's so much in this. Like when I finished the series, I felt like not that I wanted to see more, but I felt like it's like if somebody made like a perfect blueprint of how a relationship should end or should head towards. That's how the finale made me feel. It made me say, okay, I need to go get on my grind and do what he did for his mate. Whew. I feel like I jumped the gun because usually I start my reviews with talking about the actors and actress that I'm real fond of. And I'm really fond of the main stars in this series. So my apologies to them. I know they probably won't see this, but if y'all see this, I freaking love y'all, William Harper and Jessica Williams. But yeah, like I said, I usually start my review with this, so this is kind of backwards, but still, William Harper, to me, he made the series The Good Place. The Good Place is another series I watched from beginning to end, and I loved it. But towards the middle and then towards the end, I only watched it for this guy. In that series, he played more of like a nerdy type character, but towards the end, he started being more suave and more what seems like himself in reality. So we kind of got that Urkel turn into Stefan effect in that series. But I loved him so much, I wanted to see more of him, so I think he did another series. I tried to watch, but I'm gonna finish that later on. But he did another series, I forgot the name of it, but it's on Peacock. And then I found out about this. This went to the top of my list after The Good Place, because with The Good Place and the other series he did, he was with white women. Like I said, nothing against interracial dating and stuff like that, but I just love seeing my people together. So when I saw the trailer for this, I instantly thought, okay, this is kind of different from him. It's almost kind of like William Harper himself playing himself in this. I mean, that's kind of a reach, but you get what I'm saying. Like he was kind of in the white community for a while, and now he's in the black community with this series. That's how I look at it. That's how I feel about it personally. Now, when it comes to Jessica Williams, I didn't know anything about Jessica Williams before this, but just how I fell in love with William Harper after watching The Good Place, I love Jessica Williams after watching this. And I love her even more for putting this show kind of on blast. Hold on, that sounds too negative. Putting on blast sounds negative. But I love her even more for putting the spotlight on this show when she had a chance to.
Anything that you've done before, what is the first thing you want them watching or listening to, and why?
Mine would be when I did Love Life Season 2. I really loved that. It was really good.
And she's a comedian too. Like I found out, I was watching her podcast while I was getting ready, setting up to record for this video, but she got a podcast called Two Dope Queens? Let's look up Two Dope Queens. They got a lot of content on that. They kind of is doing a comedy show as a podcast. Like before everybody started doing podcasts 6 years ago. She killed it in this and whatever she does in the future, because I know she's going to do a lot more. She's still young. Me and her around the same age. Hey, what's up, Jessica? And I love seeing like an actual comedian in like rom-coms and stuff like that, because they actually make it funny. Like this show had me laughing, had me tearing up, had me upset at some parts. It had me interested since the beginning. Like I said, y'all, this is my favorite rom-com, and I'm happy that I can kind of put my own thoughts on the series out into the universe. So hopefully somebody that didn't know about it now knows about it. I wish I could say, you know, everything that it hit me with, but I want y'all to experience it for yourselves. Maybe I'll do a spoiler review later. I'm not gonna do a spoiler review later because I really want y'all to see this. All right, that's it, man.